Helen, you created the music and the sound for K-pop. I saw this at Ars Nova. How has it changed? Because I just can't imagine it being on a single stage. It's boggling my mind.
It's changed a lot, to say the least. First of all, it was like a three-story, big immersive show, and now, we're moving into Circle in the Square, where it's, sort of requires a more sort of linear form. The audiences can't move room to room. So structurally, we had to do a lot of changes, but also story-wise, a lot has changed over the years since 2017. BTS, a lot of K-pop, other groups really blew up, and it really crossed over, to the States, and a lot of other Korean, TV shows and movies really, made a global impact.
Squid Game.
Yeah, so we definitely had to re-examine our story and make it, more relevant to the world that is now, and also the world that we are hoping to see.
Before, when you followed the show, you followed a certain performer. There was more than one performer. Does it concentrate now more on the Ashley Park character that's now being played?
Yes, definitely. Our main character, Mui, is sort of center stage, and then there are other interesting storylines that you'll discover along the way.
Does it still have the boy group in it?
Yes, we have a boy group, boy band, and girl group. Yes.
And do you still have the up-and-coming young girl?
Yes.
I do remember this very, very well.
Yeah, you remember it so well.
I did. I was fascinated by it. I found that it was so truthful, especially when you got into the part where they were being groomed.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the fact that you were so honest and so truthful about what happens in factories like that. What would you like people to take away from K-pop?
I hope that people can go home and ask the questions that they haven't asked before, and also I really wish I can open people's eyes to more diverse and complex Asian stories and characters. I wish that people can relate on a deeper level with these variety of different types of humans that are featured in our show. And yeah, I think and most of all, I want people to have fun, and I know people have been in their homes for the past 2 years, and all I want is for them to feel uplifted with joy and energy. Yeah.
And I just said, what made you do this story? How did you get to Pops?
We started writing this in 2014 when it was pre-BTS, just after Psy was known to the world, and so actually that was when Ars Nova, the off-Broadway theater, really wanted to do this show on K-pop because I think it was something different. But for me, K-pop has always been a home for me. I grew up listening to K-pop. All these K-pop idols to me were like Britney Spears. To me, pop music was K-pop music, and I really just wanted to share that with the world, and I wanted other people from other cultures to see how amazing, my country's pop music is, and it's always been my mission to break stereotypes whenever I can. There's a lot of generalizations and stereotypes targeted towards Asians, and I really wanted to break that and challenge people's minds and open people's minds to more various types of stories and the humanness of people that comprise my community.
When I was in the recording studio part, they were asking questions of why K-pop wasn't so popular in America, and I responded. I think that when you hear songs in America, you want to sing along, and you don't know the words. And even though you can sing the tune, You can't sing the words. Would you say that we're getting to a point where musically they have become the words and the words are no longer relevant?
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about these bilingual songs, like BTS releasing their English song or Korean songs with some English embedded in it. The reason why I think people still enjoy those songs is because they feel the lyrics. Like there's power in music to communicate what words can't express. And I think even though you can't understand the meaning behind some words, you get the emotion behind it, and your spirits are lifted up. If it's like a dance song, if it's a ballad, you get emotional through the music, and I think that's the power of music, and I think that's the power of K-pop and pop music in general. And in our songs, when I'm writing these songs, I really try to capture that. We have a lot of Korean lyrics, but every time that happens, I want to make sure that the American audience don't just tune out. I want them to be still in it, whether it's because of the beats that continues underneath, or if it's this emotional soaring melody in the context that we all know. So that's
Music is my soul.
Right.
And I have to admit that in the concert, when they win the concert and you see the concert, I loved it when they sang in the Korean more than I liked it in the American. And I found that fascinating.
I'm just out of curiosity. In Korea, it's very popular, but is it like just for younger kids, or does it? What is the demographics in Korea?
K-pop is basically like pop. There's so many different types of music within the K-pop genre. Like actually what I love is the K-pop from the 90s. It's very melodic, and I love the K-ballads that are, that provoke a lot of like nostalgia in me. And so I think there's everything. There's something for everyone, even within the K-pop genre. And when we think about like this BTS or Blackpink, these types of idol groups, I think, the majority of the audience is probably on the younger side. But nowadays,
It's transcendent.
it's really transcending all ages and all races and all types of people.
Well, I am so looking forward to this journey. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so